This house is a constitutional institution. Everybody in this house, Madam Speaker, took a constitutional oath. 1, to protect. 2, to preserve. 3, to defend the Constitution. Madam Speaker, if we don't focus on that, then we got no business in this house. Madam Speaker, that seat where you are right now is a constitutional seat, and your word is the last word. Madam Speaker, in December, Honorable Semujo raised the matter in regard to the way that Dr. Besigye, my leader, was handled. And you directed from that constitutional seat government to bring a reports and explain and tell the world about how that happened. I was in court on Monday, Madam Speaker. I couldn't believe what was going on. And you can see the global feedback that we're getting. I don't think anybody in this house can feel comfortable about the dirty and nasty image our country is getting. Madam Speaker, it can't be business as usual. We didn't come here to own seats. Now we came here to represent the people, including those that don't have the privilege to be in this house.
Thank you.
Madam Speaker, through you, I request you to demand government to summon the relevant minister to come and give an account of why Dr. Besigye is going through what he's going. Not my former leader, my leader. As a matter of fact, I am the cabinet minister for foreign affairs in the people's government led by Dr. Besigye, for your own information. But my point, Madam Speaker, is for evil to thrive, you need one ingredient: good people like you and me to do nothing about it. It cannot be business as usual, Madam Speaker. This parliament cannot be rendered useless as if we don't have a presiding officer. She rules, she directs cabinet, and they just ignore her. Not at our watch. Madam Speaker, I demand through you and respectfully that before the close of this plenary, government has to come and give an account.
Thank you.
And my final request, Madam Speaker, that Dr. Besigye and Haj Kamlegaya, plus the lawyer, be released immediately and unconditionally. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, what Honorable Katushabe is raising is the same as what Honorable Duru raised. That is, those are matters of administration of justice, and this should be responded through a paper, and a report should be brought to this house by Constitutional Affairs. AG, DAG, we need a report to that effect. Before we broke off from this house, we had asked for a report on what was raised by Honorable Semujo. We may not discuss what is in court, because that would amount to sub judice.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable colleagues, Happy New Year. Right Honorable Speaker, that instruction is noted. Allow us to prepare. We will present at our next sitting.
Thank you. The next sitting. Yes. Next item.
Item 5 on the order paper. Motion for a resolution of Parliament to authorize government to borrow up to United States dollars 15.222 million from the African Development Bank and United States dollars 73.15 million, unit of accounts 55 million from the African Development Fund as additional funding for the construction and development of the Laropi, Moyo, Afoji, including the bridge at Laropi, Katuna, Muko, Kamuganguzi Road Project.
Honorable members, you recall on 18 September 2024, the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development tabled a proposal to borrow USD 15.222 million from the African Development Bank and USD 73.15 million, AU 55 million from the African Development Fund as additional funding for the construction of Laropi Moyo, Afoi, and Katuna Muko Road Project. The proposal was referred to the Committee of National Economy, which is now ready. The report is now ready, and pursuant to Article 1592 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Rule 155 of the Rules of Procedure, I will invite the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development to move a motion, after which you will receive a report from the chair of the committee. Honorable members, don't squeeze yourself. Free sitting.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, before I move the motion, I want to take this opportunity to wish all the colleagues a happy new year, and also I want to take this opportunity to welcome our two chairmen, the chairman of Rwanda district,
join the minister in welcoming the chairman. Please. Chair, you're welcome.
The chairman of Rwanda, Stephen Kasiaba, my chairman and my friend for a very, very long time, and Chairman Nelson Shangabashija of Kabale district. Join me in welcoming them to this. Thank you. And Madam Speaker, this motion I'm moving benefits both chairmen. The road starts from Kabale, goes through Rwanda, and comes back to Kabale. No, I'm doing my job. And Moyo, and Moyo Laropi Bridge. The minister is a beneficiary. She's here. Madam Speaker, pursuant to Article 159 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and Section 34 of the Public Finance Management Act 2015 as amended, and Rule 155 of our Parliamentary Rules of Procedure, I beg to move a motion for a resolution of Parliament to approve the proposal for government to borrow up to US dollars 15.222 million from the African Development Bank and US dollars 73.15 million from the African Development Fund as additional funding for the construction and development of the Laropi Moyo Afoji, including the bridge at Laropi and Katunamuko Kamgangs Road. I beg to move.
Is the motion seconded? Seconded? Seconded by Fedra, by Honorable Margaret, both Margarets, by Honorable Polot, Honorable Chut, Honorable Kot, Rose, Doctor, Professor, Casilo, the whole house, including Honorable Bahati, Honorable Government Chief Whip, Honorable Dr. Kaduchu, Minister of Education, Karamoja Affairs, the Army, by the whole house, including Ababiko and the Chief Youth. Yes, would you love to speak to your motion?
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, briefly, the project will provide all-weather road between Katunamuku and Kamugang to support tourism flows from southwestern Uganda and access to iron ore mines, provide all-weather road between Laropi through Moyo to Afoji, a permanent bridge at Laropi, and a one-stop border post at Jare, Afoji to facilitate interregional connectivity of the West Nile region with other parts of Uganda and onwards to South Sudan via Afoji border. What are the components? Madam Speaker, given that the required amount is additional funding, the project scope remains the same as initially approved in August 2020. The project has 4 components. 1 is the road and bridge civil works in 2 lots, project implementation support services and institutional support and compensation and resettlement of the project affected persons. What are the terms? Madam Speaker, the terms are the following. The loan amount is 15.222 million, which is an equivalent to 11.445 units of account. The period is 25 years, including the grace period of 8 years. The interest rate is the base rate plus funding cost plus lending margin plus spread adjustment rate plus maturity premium. And the commitment fee is 0.25% per annum on the undisbursed loan balance. And the front-end fee is 0.25% of the loan. The terms of the ADF loan are as follows. Loan amount is $73.15 US, an equivalent of 55 million units of account. The loan period is 50 years, including grace period of 10 years. Commitment fee is 0.5% on the undisbursed loan amount, and the service charge fee is 1% per annum of the disbursed loan, and the amortization loan is 40 years after expiration of the grace period. Madam Speaker, the conditions precedent to first disbursement are as follows. The loan agreement shall enter into force upon fulfillment by the borrower of the respective provisions of Section 12.01 of the general conditions applicable to the loan agreement of the ADB and the ADF. The obligation of the bank and the fund to make the first disbursement of their respective loans shall be subjected to the execution and delivery of a subsidiary agreement between the executing agents and the borrower for each loan agreement in form and substance satisfactory to the bank and the fund respectively. What are the financial implications? Madam Speaker and colleagues, the total project cost, including physical and price contingencies and the resettlement action plan with the compensation cost net of taxes, is United States dollars 292.87 million, The project will be financed by the ADB, ADF, and the government of Uganda. ADB shall be the lead financier, contributing up to $1